Hey, what's up guys? Stickboy here, back for another reaction, and this is kind of a random reaction. This is something that I used to do on this channel all the time. Something would pop up or whatever, and I would just say, oh, I need to react to that instead of watching it. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. That's what happened today. Some of you might know that I've always been a big fan of the Nostalgia Critic. I watched all of his episodes back through about the middle of last decade, up through about 2015 or so, and never really stopped being a fan, but I just didn't, I wasn't just religiously watching every week, like I had been. But I saw one pop up today that really caught my interest, and it's his review of the animated Robin Hood, the Disney animated Robin Hood from, I don't even know when it was made, but I was a kid watching this. I'm gonna assume 80s, maybe late 70s, somewhere around in there is when this came out. That's just a total guess, shot in the dark guess, because I did not look it up to see. I should. That would be the responsible thing to do, would be to go and look it up. But in order to do that, I would have to pause the video and go get my phone. And actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do that right now. Otherwise, it's going to bug me for the rest of this. All right. Says right here it was 1973. So 70s. I wasn't too far off. So yeah. Anyways, we got that mystery out of the way. Let's get on with this video. So yeah, this is the Nostalgia Critic. This is Disney's Robin Hood. So let's see what he's got to say about that, because yeah, I have not watched a Nostalgia Critic video in a long time, so this will be something, well, nostalgic. Let's do it. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play.
This episode brought to you by Stamps.com. Why go to the store to get stamps when you can have them printed right at home for your convenience?
Had to get that audio sync.
No.
Next.
No.
What are we doing? Are we looking for?
No.
I don't know. The upper half is kind of like a.
We're looking for.
Next.
Malcolm, this is ridiculous. Not everybody has a secret furry crush.
Spoken
Looking
like
for-
a true furry virgin.
Don't.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Words together.
Look, I'm not saying everybody is into
I was gonna say
this, but
animal
everyone
crush, but
has at
furry,
least
that works.
One where they find a slight attraction.
Everyone?
Everyone
Does
in
it?
our line of work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Definitely. If I was watching this right now, I totally believe we were all into this.
So it's only a matter of time
Fair
before
enough.
we find the gateway furry that arouses your intrigue.
Your wording is not.
Okay, yeah, this movie.
Next.
Okay, yeah, this one did have a lot of
That depends.
furry characters, didn't it? You know, I always think of
Everything about this makes us confused.
Then we're on the right track.
Zootopia
Hello.
whenever I think of like a furry movie.
Members, you don't
But
have
this one,
There's no doubt about it. The furry community has become a big thing since I started this job.
well, it's
It's
true.
come a long way since my Space Jam review when
Man.
I talked about the sexualization.
I forgot he had the
of
sideburns.
Have you ever seen a bunny that you actually had the hots for? That hardly seems like a very profitable demographic.
How wrong I was. It turns out there's a huge community that loves these type of characters.
Right.
And like many of you, my reaction was probably similar to yours. Stay the hell away from my cats. But as the community grew and I got to know more of them, it seemed like the people into that were the outliers. I'm sure there's creeps like there are in any large community, but the ones
Yeah.
I've known just seem to like their costumes,
Yeah,
roll
seem-
with the jokes made about them, and all around seem pretty harmless.
It's kind of the same with the
Community has
brony
arguably
community. You
been
know, everybody
more
made
accepted
these.
now than it's ever been in the
You know,
past.
the
But
media made these
it
really
is weird.
out there jokes about them, and
Not
I'm
that
sure that
weird
there was a
always
small
connects to something
percentage,
awful, but
the ones that I met
it is
were
weird.
just
But I
they
don't
were
know, a
just
lot of strange stuff
fans
people
of a
saw as
show,
weird
you
in
know.
the past have become more normalized and even mainstream.
So yeah,
And
I
right
could
at
see
ask,
that.
Does everybody secretly have one? The same way people joke about that person
Probably.
they change teams for, does everybody secretly have that one furry they change textures for?
You know,
The answer is clearly no, because I do not. So that means not everybody does.
yeah.
I mean, Gadget was okay, I guess.
Yeah.
No, she's a
That-
mouse. That's a mouse. I don't
I
want
remember.
a mouse.
I remember. Now I
If
remember.
you change the ears and the nose, it's basically a woman.
Right?
She's like 3 inches tall. What would the children look like? This is crazy.
Yeah, but
Crazy like that skin-tight jumpsuit. Damn it, why'd you have to show that slide?
See, I knew we'd find at least one.
Okay, fine. You know what? I'll just say it. I'm a guy. Guys are into weirder stuff when it comes to sex.
Hey, that's pretty indisputable. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, so you're not gonna get them on anything.
Is that so? Any thoughts when it comes to this one?
No. Seriously?
yeah, like I said, I thought of I always think of Zootopia as the big furry movie, but
They're definitely viewed
This
as a
one
Disney
before
staple.
Zootopia,
1973's
this
Robin Hood
one-
has gained a following for, different reasons. Watching it years later, it's not hard to see why. Or maybe for some it is hard.
and now that
Realizing it, this movie hit on all sorts of, shall we say, unique curiosities.
right.
It's actually pretty hilarious watching this movie.
Now
with
that I
all
think
the-
about it,
I'm assuming unintentionally.
the Robin Hood
innuendos going
character
on.
here
But even if you don't get a big laugh out of those moments,
looks an awful lot like
pretty
Nick
enjoyable
Wilde from
to be done,
Zootopia.
Despite, I guess, it not getting the best reviews. Many critics said the film lacked the epic qualities and artistic merit both the story and past Disney films possessed. I guess I can see where they're coming from, but I feel like the movie makes it clear it wants to be a more laid-back and comical telling of the story. But when
Yeah,
it does need to be adventurous or romantic
Boy,
or
it's been
large and
forever
scale,
since
I
I've
think
seen
it
this
meets that
movie.
criteria fine. It just doesn't surpass it. The film was so popular, it was actually the start of Disney releasing their animated films on home media.
I think I was a kid the last time I saw
And
this.
watched
so-
it repeatedly, it gave them the inspiration to release the rest of their films as well. Man, imagine if they start with $1 Million Duck. Maybe we'd never have this on physical media. Part of the charm of the film
Didn't
is
see
the
that one.
casting. Everybody brings a literal unique voice you can instantly grasp and gravitate to. Several of them were known for their works in westerns because, well, the film was originally going to be set in the Old West. Yeah, isn't that strange?
Well, except
The
that
idea was crap. They found they loved the actors they hired so much.
except that
they
Little
wanted to
John
get rid of
sounded
them.
suspiciously
So
like
that's why
Baloo
Jolly
from the
Old
Jungle
England
Book,
has a sudden influx
as
of
well
what sounds
as-
like banjo playing prospectors. So,
as well as Sir Hiss from
That's
resembling
explained
Ka
to our
from
hearts, aside
also from the Jungle Book.
Other reasons? Well, we're gonna take a closer look to find out.
And look, don't judge us too harshly, okay?
Yeah, Kimmy Schmidt found him attractive too.
When you were little, did you think he was handsome?
Are you kidding? That voice and how he didn't wear pants?
You're comparing yourselves to a woman who lived her life in a cult?
If it was a Robin Hood
Hey,
cult, I'd
you
be
know.
very into that.
You know there was a cult around Gadget.
Oh, see, Critic, now you don't have to feel like an outcast.
Okay, I'm learning way too much about all of this and all of you, and this is why none of you are sitting next to me.
Hey man, you gotta embrace it.
Google
You
random
just
words
gotta
until we
embrace
figure
it.
out what other weird shit we're into.
Ooh, my morning
I should have
routine.
worn my Nostalgia Critic costume.
Let's take a look at Robin Hood,
I do have one,
but not in that way.
but then I would have had to shave down to
I
the
like we
goatee to
opened on
make it
this book
work.
of
So
Robin Hood
I don't know if that I
explaining
really
what
want to
epic
do that.
figure he was, but the movie's like, hey, what's the story of that decorative doodle? Do they have a Robin Hood? Instant movie.
You know, there's been a heap of legends and tall tales about Robin Hood. We folks of the animal kingdom have our own version.
The funny thing
Oh,
is,
yeah?
think a Disney movie where humans replace animals entirely, with them walking on 2 feet and everything, would be very common. Weirdly, though, there hasn't been one before or since until the DuckTales movie in 1990. And after that, Chicken Little in 2005. Believe it or not, we actually have more Disney films where people are replaced with transportation than animals. That is odd.
It's the story of what really
Never really thought about that.
forest.
I mean, there's plenty of Disney
Grandpa's
movies that
drunk and humming the
have
hamster
animated
dance again.
anthropomorphic animals,
Actually,
but
that is kind of the history of that song.
Robin Hood and Little John walking
they
through
more or
the
less had
forest.
humans involved as
mentioned,
well,
Robin
right?
Hood and his merry man, Little John,
Yeah.
rob from the rich to give to the poor and are constantly hunted by the Sheriff of Nottingham.
You know something, Robin? You're taking too many chances.
You must be joking.
That's Brian Bedford as Robin and Phil Harris as Little John. And if you think he's eerily similar to Baloo, it's because he pretty much played him all
Yeah,
his life.
that's yeah.
We never rob. Just sort of borrow a bit from those who can afford it.
Ah, a socialist film.
Yeah.
Wait, taxing is bad in this movie too. I don't know what this movie's political lean is. We're introduced to hands down the best characters in the movie, Prince John
Yeah.
and Hiss, played by Peter Ustinov and Terry Thomas.
You have an
Yeah, these two.
skill for encouraging contributions from the poor.
Disney may brag they have gay characters now, but we all know these two beat them to the punch. That and like 4 of the dwarves.
And how well King Richard's crown sits on your noble brow.
I've told you never to mention my brother's name.
Yeah, that's not the only time he's choking the snake. Seriously, not since the Chipettes son getting lucky with you have I asked, what is going to happen to these reptiles?
Please don't do that. You have a very loud thumb.
And it reminds me too much of our Saturday night roleplay.
You know,
This can hypnotize people because Khan could do it, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he used it to convince John's
Okay,
brother,
yeah.
Richard, to go on his crusade.
I'm not the only one that saw that.
With your psychosis. No, none of that. None of that.
That's how you got me to go on the first date with you. In fact, how'd you get this position? In fact, what is your position? Not at all.
Maybe it's a good thing that I was a kid the last time I saw this. Definitely didn't pick up
10
on any
minutes
of
in
that.
and we
but-
get cross-dressing. This movie's gonna be TV in our bingo.
Get the dope with your horoscope. They may be bandits.
Oh, Bobbycock. Female bandits? What next?
They remind me of me when I was a lady.
Gracious.
Maybe I should have watched this movie whenever. Maybe I should have done a reaction to this before I watched the
I'm going to tie you
review.
up and sit on your face. Don't give me that look! I am literally describing what's going on here.
Well, not exactly, but
Mists of time, come forth, spirits.
For having such an elegant voice, Bedford does a good job with a zany range of characters for Robin.
I think Robin Hood did.
Naughty, naughty.
I think Robin Hood did have a thing for disguises, though.
No, didn't me? Oh, here's someone singing a birthday.
I think that was a thing.
Top all right, but I'm not as good as he is.
It reminds me of Babes in Toyland when Tom dresses as the fortune teller. I like when a stereotypical stoic lead is allowed to act goofy. Literally every frame of this scene has a fur affinity page on it.
I'm sure.
They rob the prince, which makes me wonder how the hell he got all that off him without noticing. And no,
Yeah.
it's not an invitation for you to explain in the comments. And the coach falls apart because they stole half of that too.
Mommy!
I do remember that.
Got a dirty thumb.
My God, I've never seen a movie do so much without realizing they're doing it.
Greetings from your friendly neighborhood tax collector.
Pat Butlin plays the sheriff, who you wouldn't think would be that great a bad guy voice, but because he takes so much joy in the villainy he does, even to the point of announcing his arrival,
Here I come, ready or not.
he turns out to be almost as funny as the main villains.
Have you no heart? We all scrimped and saved to give it to him.
Well, maybe if he didn't bang like, well, rabbits, you'd be able to save a little more. Say, where is the papa anyway? He's still in rehab.
Arms for the poor.
Nice.
That's how everybody thinks Bitcoin works. The blind man reveals himself to be Robin Hood, giving the birthday boy his hat and bow.
You've risked so much to keep our hopes alive. Bless you.
Is this the first Disney film with commercial breaks?
Maybe.
The birthday boy meets up with his friends to shoot the arrow, but it flies a little too high.
Speaking of commercial breaks, that's one thing about these episodes.
No, this of course introduces us to Maid Marian, played by Monica Evans, who's playing a game with her lady-in-waiting, Clucky.
Well, hello. Please don't kill Prince John. Mama said he'll jump off my head.
Oh no, the thumb screws would be more than enough. The kids get along with Marian, even the ones they clearly always took the first take with.
Mama said you and Robin Hood are sweethearts.
Oh, that was terrible.
And she explains how her and Robin used to be childhood sweethearts.
You see, that was several years ago, before I left for London. He carved our initials on this tree.
Though we don't see Robin and Marian together a ton in this, their acting really does convince us of their history. Keep in mind at the time, if you just had these characters meet up and fall in love in a Disney film, people wouldn't really question it, but giving them this backstory, even though it is off-screen, does sell it a little better.
I remember it.
Yeah, I definitely should have watched this movie first.
Jesus, boy, read the room! I mean, how fast do you think relationships go?
Robin Hood's gonna have
Hey, he is a rabbit.
Okay, pretty fast.
Yeah.
They play make-believe, pretending the kid is Robin Hood, rescuing Marian from the castle.
He's a rabbit, it's just how it works, you know?
a kiss. Oh, that's sissy stuff.
Then I will.
Not okay! Just because you look like a Lady Fox McCloud doesn't mean you can barrel roll into first base, you predator! You literal predator! Did I mention yet this movie has
It's
weird
fine.
edits?
Right.
Why does every fade out look like the last time we see a character alive? Marian still dreams about Robin.
Yeah, speaking of commercial breaks, I remember now that,
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
The Nostalgia
or
Critic
forgetful.
has
Help me hang this poster above my bed.
Not again,
has
milady.
like a
It's
3-minute
so classic.
advertisement in the middle of his video.
Robin is also dreaming about her, but he's afraid too much time has passed.
Just marry the girl.
You don't just walk up to a girl, hand her a bouquet, and say, hey, remember me? We were kids together. Will you marry me? Marion, my love, will you marry me?
Oh, darling, I thought you'd never ask me.
Well,
Jesus,
you
Prince
know.
John and Hiss are taking things slower than these two. Andy Devine plays Friar Tug.
I think in that situation he kind of,
Marion will give a kiss to the
you
winner.
know,
Maid Marian. She's gonna give a kiss to the winner.
Kiss to the winner.
Well, that just sketches
Well.
my facial proportion guide. Yeah, I guess I should talk about the animation a bit. Like a lot of Disney films at the time, they used the Xerox method, which meant the pencil drawings were printed directly on the cell instead of having them inked. In some movies, I don't think this style works, like the Aristocats or Rescuers. I think it looks a little cheap. But in a movie like this, where it's not only more medieval and rustic, but also stars animals, I think it complements the fuzzy textures. It reminds me of the sketchy illustrations in the book intro, so it doesn't feel out of place.
Yeah.
Though I never understood why Hiss seems to be furry. Furry, yeah, I just answered
Right.
no question. I did an opening routine on it.
No one sits higher than the king. Must I remind you, Hiss?
Nobody must be longer than me.
yeah,
Speaking
he had
of
a,
which, who's this teddy bear?
he had quite the
I am
inferiority
Sir
complex.
Reginald, Duke of Chutney.
Little John and Robin both disguise themselves to get into the tournament, and of course, into Prince John's heart. Obviously making Hiss jealous.
And now, Your Mightiness, allow me to lay some protocol on you.
That is my department in so many ways!
You took the words right out of my mouth, PJ.
PJ, I like that. You know I do.
Sounds eerily similar to something else I enjoy. Of course, 69ing! I love 69ing!
It's
You
just-
can give me shit for these jokes all you want, but at the end of the day, they make more than I do.
Move
It's
it,
gonna,
Greedy, get
yeah,
lost.
it's
Be
just gonna be like that.
gone, one.
I can't believe I'm being DiCaprio'd by a Sherbert country bear.
The tournament of the Golden Arrow will now begin.
Even as the tournament gets going and Robin keeps hitting bullseyes, everyone clearly keeps trying to hit something else.
That's what you call pulling it back and letting it go, PJ.
I'm aware of the Kama Sutra. Hiss literally looks up dude's skirts until he finds what he's looking for.
It's him. It's Robin Hood.
I'd recognize that exposed ball sack anywhere. His cherry is burst, though, and Friar Tuck takes him out of commission. It doesn't take long for John to put together that the winner of the tournament is indeed Robin Hood. And thank God, because if not, there'd literally just be a naked stork standing in front of us right now.
Yeah.
Not that half of these characters
I was
were
gonna
mine.
say that wouldn't
Marion
be.
pleads for his life, confessing her love for him, but it doesn't faze John at all.
Traitors to the crown must die.
That crown belongs to King Richard. Long live King Richard!
Long live King Richard!
He taxed us much more than you! No, really, look it up. Richard had to fund his crusade somehow. I expect a better history in a movie where chickens wear underpants. Little John convinces Prince John to let him go.
Sheriff, release my buddy. Not so hard, you mean thing.
I refuse to believe this movie does not want me to make jokes about it. Robin is free, but Little John is found out, resulting in a big fight and a big chase. Again, I wouldn't describe it as epic, but it is pretty fun.
Hey, who's driving this flying umbrella?
Man,
It ends with Clucky doing a football parody with the guards. Sure, whatever. And Prince John discovers Hiss in the barrel.
Coming.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Hiss, you sound like our honeymoon night.
Get out of that if you can.
Hate it when I get my Schwartz twisted.
And now is this the
Hello, I'm the
advertisement?
president of stamps.
Yeah.
That's who I am. Don't worry about it.
I think these are like 3 minutes long, and I didn't have a time
We look
to.
forward to them, and we push them.
Didn't have time to
earlier and
edit it
earlier
out,
because there's
so.
something wrong with us. And the holiday rush means more mailing and shipping for your business, but it doesn't have to mean more stress. You love Stamps.com.
You can just, like,
and I know this because I'm the
skip
president of Stamps, and I know you.
if you want to.
Stamps.com has been helping businesses like yours save time and money for 25 years, and it can help you get ready for the holiday ramp-up. All you need is Stamps.com's premium rates for all your postage needs.
Dang. Stamps are 51
Get your own
cents.
personal post office, wherever you are. With Stamps.com, all you need is a computer and printer.
I haven't mailed a
They
letter
can
in a
send
long
you
time,
free
but geez.
scale, so you'll have everything you need to get started. Now taking care of orders on the go is even easier
How
with
often
the
do they
Stamps.com
go up
mobile
anyway?
app. If you need a package pickup, you can easily schedule it through your Stamps.com dashboard. And if you sell products online, Stamps.com seamlessly connects with every major marketplace and shopping cart. Hooray for Stamps! Stamps got this!
He seems...
Stamps got you.
He
Get
seems
premium
so
discounts and
excited.
Supplies at your fingertips.
Hooray,
Running
Stamps.
low, order shipping and mailing supplies.
They're
labels,
paying me,
and even
so
printers
I
from
have
your
to be-
supply store. Get huge carrier discounts up to 84% off USPS and UPS rates
I've carried
to
boxes
help
like
your
that
bottom
before.
line. Plus, Stamps.com automatically tells you your cheapest and fastest shipping options. For 25 years, Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses. Get access to the USPS and UPS services you need right now from your computer.
It feels like his finger is in my eye, even though it's on TV.
Get your business ready for the holiday rush. What? Get started at Stamps.com today. Sign up at Stamps.com/nostalgia for a special offer that includes a 4-week free trial, plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts.
Cool. I will-
Just go to
I will
Stamps.com/nostalgia.
definitely not go
This
there.
isn't over between us.
All right, let's get back into it.
Doug plays God of War for the
Or
first
not.
time every Friday on Twitch. We also have content 5 days a week. Hope to see you there.
Okay. I was thinking his nostalgia critic was
Into his hideout and
every
probably
2
the
weeks
most
now.
70s song of the movie.
I don't even remember this.
Cat Stevens as a literal cat wouldn't be more 70s than this. But it turns out his hideout isn't so secret as all of Nottingham shows up.
Surprise! Long live Robin Hood!
It was kind of
That's
getting
called,
intimate here, guys.
yeah, that's called
Okay,
cock
party,
blocking.
I guess. Let's celebrate by giving animation YouTubers something to edit for years to come.
Right.
A minute before he knows we're there, old Rob will snatch his underwear.
I hope you're keeping count at home. There's literally more overtones in this than Rocco's Modern Life cartoon. The song mocking.
I'm glad he
is so
finally
catchy,
referenced
even the sheriff
Rocco's
and his
Modern
start
Life.
singing
That-
it without realizing the prince is listening. This is a pretty great bit.
She's sure to be known as John the Worst.
Marvelous, merciful. You got it all wrong. The sniveling, groveling, wheezing.
Reminds me of another whiny orange ruler with little hair on his head who couldn't take a joke. That's right, Warren Harding.
Yeah.
Crybaby.
Yeah, that's totally the one, right?
Raises the taxes so high, even the narrator gets thrown in jail. Guess he didn't pay his narration tax. And we get our big downer song of the film.
Right.
Every town has its ups and downs.
Man, even the kids are in prison? What, they
right?
do allowance embezzlement?
If we weren't so down, we'd up and leave.
Jesus, why don't we just cut to the Pound and Lady and the Tramp? It's starting to look colorful compared to this.
Well, it looks like I dropped by just in time.
At a nearby chapel, the sheriff takes the last bit of money from the poor box.
Oh yeah, this is where he gets attacked
finally
by.
loses
Yeah.
I'll give you taxes!
How dare you scam people out of money? Our church was doing that fine!
Right.
Friar Tuck is arrested, which is music to Prince John's ears, who's still obsessed with capturing Robin Hood.
Friar Tuck will be led to the gallows.
Friar Tuck?
You'll be excommunicated for sure! Kids don't bring actual politics into this world. Yeah, for as light as this movie is, that is a pretty dark suggestion.
Yeah, this
coming
is
off of
actually,
an already pretty depressing song.
This whole scene is pretty
Gallows
dark,
here to
actually.
lighten things up.
Don't you reckon we'd ought to give that there trap door a test? Now I know why your mama called you nutsy.
Lucky he didn't have the
Tentacles is
noose
another
around
one.
his neck when that happened, right?
Robin catches news of the friar's hanging and stages a jailbreak that night. They knock out one of the guards and take his place.
Would that be shooter down? Shucks, Trigger, it's only nutsy.
Dressed up like Robin Hood, dressed up like Nutsy.
Yeah.
Close your sleep a little eyeballs. Why you, let me loosen that belt.
This was the horniest Disney production ever animated, and that's saying a lot. Little John frees the prisoners while Robin tries to
I really
steal
should have
all
watched
Prince
this
John's
movie
riches.
again as an adult, because I definitely,
Becky and Alex, they've been fussy.
I definitely wonder if I would have picked all of that up, you know, watching through it again.
Yeah, they sleep in the same room. He is
Of
literally
course.
licking his feet. Even Bert and Ernie would be like, boy, they just rub it in your face, don't they? I wish somebody would do more of that. In all seriousness, the scene is pretty great. It's like Mission Impossible for kids, mostly quiet, building up the inevitable outburst of action you know is around the corner. The quieter it is, the more tension it builds. Take one guess what he's dreaming about.
I don't even want to know.
Oh, Scarabi, you'll always be my Lion King. Kiss your porno music woke me up again. Whoa! This climax is a lot of fun, with a lot of kinetic energy, good laughs, and some decent action. Even if not every performance is perfect.
Mama, wait for me.
If Willy Wonka's not carrying you where a 3-year-old, she would be it. Robin is trapped in the castle.
She did the best she
Much
could.
everything is trying to get him. The suspense builds higher and higher as the music slowly becomes Sleeping Beauty. And
Fair
Robin
enough.
Chum seemingly not having made it. But he outsmarted them and lives to fight another day.
It's so miserably unfair.
By the way, if you're wondering, what the hell happened to Maid Marian as she all but vanishes from the film
Right.
until literally the last minute? It turns out there was an alternate ending where Robin did in fact get injured and Marian tries to nurse him back to health. John follows him and tries to kill him off, but King Richard returns and takes back the crown. It definitely feels more like a complete ending, but honestly, the one we got isn't bad. It's just a little quicker and to the point.
Yeah, I mean...
The narrator says King Richard returned and fixed all their problems right up.
King Richard returned, and, well, he just straightened everything out.
Well, he didn't straighten out things too much. We wouldn't have half a movie if he did. Robin marries Marian, and we get a moment I always thought would make more sense when I grew up, but honestly, it just raised more questions.
How come you are going? Well, Robin Hood's gonna have kids, so somebody's gonna keep their eye on things.
You know what? I don't think that's a good mom. She lets her son have a weapon, drags her kids to jail with her, leaves some behind. She lets others run away to be a burden on her savior's honeymoon. Someone should rob her of her kids and give them to DCFS.
Well, folks,
Yeah.
that's the way it really happened.
Doesn't.
Well, the orgies might have been exaggerated, but... Oh, we cut that out, this version? Oh, okay, never mind.
Cut everything but the
was
orgies out,
Robin
apparently.
Hood. I honestly still find it a very charming movie. Like I said, I can't say it's one of Disney's greats, but its laid-back attitude, instantly likable cast, and clever choices of animals representing different characters makes it a fun little adventure.
Yes.
Everybody is
as
just
many...
dripping with personality, and nothing else, I swear.
Right.
You just feel a sense of fun whenever any of these actors say a line. I kind of wish I was a fly on the wall just listening to these performances being recorded. For a lot of kids, this
I
is
guess it
not
was just a
about you.
different day.
I know it
'cause
certainly was for me.
as
And I
many
think by having
times
the
as I
book in
watched
the
this as
opening
a
and showing
kid-
him as a human being in another story, that kind of shows there are other versions, and they're worth checking out. But I don't think this is a bad introduction. For
I never picked
I think
up
it
on the...
establishes right from the beginning it is
I
gonna
never
be
picked
more
up
of a
on the
laid-back version, and
innuendos.
I think the charm and the way they tell their story does really rub off. And speaking of rub off, yeah, the innuendos, though, like I said, probably unintentional, are freaking hilarious. Again, I don't think that was the point, but it does
you know,
make
though,
for a different,
those
yet
cartoons,
still
though,
equally funny
at that
experience
time-
watching this from a kid to an adult.
At that time, though,
Regardless,
there was a
everybody
lot
works
of
off
that.
each other great.
There
Whether
was a
you
lot
read
of that in
anything into it or
Looney
not.
Tunes and
I say it's a great
you know,
epic,
some of the
but I
older...
can definitely say it's a great time.
Some of the other older cartoons from that time.
And, you know,
there was
there's
a lot of
weird
that
stuff in
in
the
there.
world,
We didn't
but
think anything
weird
about it.
doesn't always mean bad.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, what were we so afraid of? Like someone's gonna track us down for this stuff?
Well, I mean, you are putting it on the, internet.
Hello?
Nostalgia Critic, it's the sheriff.
It's the sheriff.
Gasp!
We know about your perverted ways, you heathen sons of bitches.
But Sheriff, it's nothing like that.
I've never even met a fox before! And they kidnapped me and forced me to like cartoons! I don't even like things with outlines on them!
You pieces of shit better pray to whatever furry god
What?
you believe in, because on the count of 10, I'm gonna fill you with so much lead, even lead paint would get lead poisoning from you. 1,
No!
3,
From where?
pie. Now that's how you clear a room.
Walter? What are you doing?
I heard about this get-together, and I just need you to explain to me this embarrassing crush that I have.
Sure. What is it?
Sure, why not?
I've never told anybody this.
Walter, it's okay. We're friends.
Alright. Since I was a kid, I've been attracted to the California raisins.
Oh, Walter. That's easy to explain.
Okay.
It is?
Yeah, you're a freak.
Sure.
Cock blocker.
Sure, why not?
I've got a dirty thumb.
Spoken like a true furry virgin.
Malcolm, I didn't know you were bilingual.
That would be hard to say with a straight face, wouldn't it?
Hey, Lackadaisy wanted me for a reason.
This month for Cameo
I'm
for
sure there's a
Charity,
lot of
we're
those
doing
lines that would have been difficult to say with a
facing
straight
lot of
face.
disasters in nature recently.
We have, haven't we?
Cross specializes in trying to help any way they can. Whether it's providing blood, sending in volunteers,
Primarily Hurricane
helping
Idalia
near or far
and
with disasters
the
big or small. Red Cross
Maui
provides
wildfire.
a number of different ways to save lives. So if you want a cameo of me saying happy birthday or good luck or
We may
whatever,
have another one here in
comment
about a
below
week,
and be
though,
giving
if,
to a good cause. Or if you're like, screw
if
you, I
Lee
can't even
holds
look
together
at it.
going up
Well,
into,
consider giving to this
New
organization
England.
anyway. You can give money, give blood, or even volunteer. They're amazing people that literally save lives, and you can help them out. Click on the link and see if this is a cause you can give to.
Well, all right then. That was the Nostalgia Critics review of Robin Hood. And you know what? That was actually a lot of fun. I don't know why I would be surprised about that. I have always enjoyed the Nostalgia Critic. Like I said, I don't watch as much as I used to, but I'm usually entertained by his content. So that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you did, let me know. Leave a comment, leave a like, leave a subscribe, all of that fun stuff. Do you leave a subscribe? I think you just hit subscribe. I think that's how that works. I don't know. I'm old. I don't know how this internet thing works at all. Actually, I do. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. That's it. Until next time, I am Stickboy, and I will see you guys later.